Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is our last video for the 2 weeks of Halloween kind of thing that I'm doing, but I do have the sequel to this movie and the sequel to that movie coming out on the 30th and the 31st of October respectively, so that way we have some Halloween stuff on Halloween that you can check out. But this ends my 2 weeks of Halloween, so going back next week we're going to be doing Steven Spielberg on Monday, we're doing Marvel on Wednesday, and we are doing Robin Williams on Friday, so definitely consider subscribing if you're interested in any of those. I do have playlists on my channel, so subscribe and go take a look at those. They're crazy. I have like 400 or 500 videos on here already, so definitely check all of them out. But without further ado, let's talk about the Human Centipede first sequence. The Human Centipede first sequence was released in 2009. It was written and directed by Tom Six. No spoilers, I guess, but like, there's not a whole lot to spoil in this film. But the general idea is about this crazy #1 surgeon in Germany who has this idea to stitch humans together by connecting their mouth to an anus. And the idea is it's connected by the digestive tract, so when somebody eats, they poop into that person and they poop into the other person, therefore creating nutrient flow, although it's not a whole lot of nutrients. They'd have to have an IV to survive. Their tagline is 100% medically accurate. That isn't true at all. In fact, it's really not true at all. But I guess it could be true, theoretically speaking, if it was supplemented by an IV that gave them nutrients that they needed. Which, they didn't show that, but they didn't not show it, so it's possible. I don't know. I'm hoping that in the future it gets better, but I'm not confident it's going to. I guess I should speak about the obvious part of the movie, which is, yeah, it's gross. It's nasty. I literally almost threw up like 3 times. And it's not even, like, explicitly grotesque, right? It's not like you're watching them cut open people and you're not watching them, sew together. So it wasn't, like, outwardly disgusting, but he would talk about it. He was like, yes. Like, there's this one part where the guy, spoiler, I guess, but he, like, defecates into this next person's mouth. And, like, that is disgusting and awful, and I kind of wanted it to be better. Like, a lot of that part was just like, oh, they're talking about it, and that's it. That's kind of what happens. It's not, like, the biggest thing, but that's like the moment of the movie where everyone thinks it's, like, the nastiest part. And, yeah, it's pretty nasty, but honestly, it wasn't visceral enough compared to the guy just, like, talking about it. It was way worse. Like, I think it was, like, leading up to that part was way worse. The acting, awful. I think it's like really one of the worst horror movies acting I've ever seen in my life. And I do have a theory as to why, which is I can't believe they convinced people to film this movie. I can't believe they found 2 women who were like, oh yeah, I need you to like be in somebody's ass for 9 hours a day while we film you walking around. Like, I just feel like that's a hard sell. So they probably couldn't get a lot of the greatest actors in the world. That being said, Dear Laser as Dr. Eider was really good. Really, really, like, stunning. I think that's the main selling point of the film, besides the fact that it's nasty, is definitely his performance, which is horrific and awesome. I really like him. I hope he comes back for future movies. I don't think he's going to, but I hope he does in some way, shape, or form. I love him a lot. I honestly think that, like, that character is really fun and really messed up. And that's really what you like in a Hollywood movie, is just like a character that is so messed up. He's almost unbelievable. The 2 main girls were really bad. There's an Asian guy. I thought he did pretty good, actually. I think he did better than the other 2. They just have the cheesiest dialogue in the beginning of the film. Like, the cheesiest dialogue. And, like, they don't do anything besides say cheesy dialogue and then get stitched together. So it's like, I don't... the storyline itself moved well. Like, we went from plot point to plot point with good actual flow. I thought that was nice. But it didn't work for me, right? I think as a whole, like, the idea of body horror works, right? That's a good drive-in, that's a good selling point. But the actual storyline is kind of crazy. It's like, this wouldn't happen. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It is disgusting, but, like, not really in the right ways, because a lot of it just feels kind of not there. I'm hoping the future ones are more gory. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm thinking about throwing up, like, while I'm saying that. I hope they're worse, but I hope they're better. I've heard that they're not better, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. But if you have a chance to check it out, do so. I rented it on ITV, so if you're interested, that's where I found it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give the Human Centipede first sequence a D+. Have you seen this first movie? Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. Are you planning on watching these? Is this like a yearly thing for you? I know a lot of people do that yearly. They watch all three. So let me know in the comments below. This is my first time watching it, and I'm disgusted, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's kind of my overall thought. Definitely consider subscribing because I'm going to do an 8-hour-long live stream once I hit 200 subscribers, so definitely subscribe because you're not going to want to miss that. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.